All righty. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, right? If you're watching this live, that is, it is February 24th, which is crazy. This month is just zipping by. My last coffee talk was in the car. You might recall I was heading back from Florida, 9-hour car ride. Not a bad ride, but 9 hours is 9 hours. Long time. So what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to share with you one of my listeners, also one of our contestants for a 5-minute pitch, and how this whole thing even happened to where she was getting roughly 30 visitors to her website per day, 30. And now she's up over 1,500 to 1,600 visitors per day. That's per day. And actually, the number that I'm coming up with, and I'll show you exactly how I'm coming up with this number, is right around, I think, 35,000. I'll give you the exact number here in a second. So that's why I know that's low, but her number is actually coming from her analytics. But let's just call it 1,500 visitors per day. And she is doing this by creating content. All right. And I actually had her on the podcast over a year ago. And since that episode, that's when she actually started going to work doing exactly what I was recommending that she did. Now, I am going to be publishing that podcast episode. I took out the part that we were actually going through the strategy, and I'm going to re-air that so you can listen to it. And that'll probably happen next week. But then I'm going to do a follow-up podcast episode with her to kind of break down what it's been like and how she's actually done it. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to share with you what she had said. And this is kind of what made me even want to share this with you, is because she left a review on my podcast, which some of you know, I announced this probably about 2 weeks ago, that if you go over to iTunes, if you leave a review over there, rate the podcast, leave a review, take a screenshot of it, send it to scott@brandcreators.com. I will enter you into a contest to where I'm giving away a free pair of Apple AirPod Pros and the book, the one thing, and then the other book, my own book, and I'm going to sign it, and that's the Take Action Effect. So if you want to enter and you're listening to this before early March, go ahead and do that. Head on over and leave a review, honest review. Like, what is one thing that the podcast has helped you with or made you realize, or maybe even just gave you one light bulb moment? What has it done for you? And rate it, review it, and then take a screenshot, send it to me, and you'll be automatically entered into winning that. All right. So that's actually, Dawn had did that after I announced that. She posted that, and I didn't know it was her at first. And then when I reposted it and shared it on Facebook, she had said, "Scott, that was me." And I was like, well, that's awesome, because she basically said, since listening to the podcast and following through on this strategy, she's now getting 1,500 to 1,600 visitors to her website every single day, which is pretty awesome. I'm going to show you exactly what type of content she's creating. All right. And I'm going to show you how this thing just took a hockey stick approach where it's just off the charts right now, which is awesome, because now that brings a lot more attention to her website and to her brand. So let me go ahead and pull that up. And actually, before I do that, how's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing on this Wednesday morning? And is this your first time at a coffee talk? Let me know that as well. And if you're one of our coffee crew members, head on, let me know that too in the comments. Let's see here. We got Octavio. What's up, Octavio? Always good to see you. Happy hump day. Yes, it is. Salma, good to see you. Karen, good morning. Scott and Rockers, it's a little sunny today. It's actually sunny today. It's going to be a beautiful day today. What's up, Todd? Good morning to you. Do I miss the snow? The answer is, it rhymes with snow. No, I do not. I do not miss the snow. I'm thinking about, not this year, maybe next year, we might actually head to Asheville, which I know Ruth is from, Ruth and Doug, and they get a little bit of snow there. And we're thinking about doing maybe a little tubing trip, maybe next year, not this year. What's up, Ruth? Speaking of the Hutchins, there you are. Karen, good morning. I'm doing my scheduled live today. Yes, I love it. And Karen is rocking over there with her Facebook Lives. She's really getting the hang of it. And also, what I should mention here, guys, real quick, before I do, what's up, Kim? Kim, good morning. Beautiful day. Sun's out. Awesome. Kay, good morning. Coffee crew. I should also mention this. If you have not yet registered and saved your spot for our upcoming 7-day free content creation challenge, well, you need to do that. Let me go ahead and put my little banner up here. If I have it right, I do. Look at that. Launchyourcontent.com. If you go to launchyourcontent.com, you can register there. If you attend live, it is free. All right. It is free. This is a full 7-day training. All right. Each day we will have action steps. I will send you off with a to-do list, not that big, just maybe 1 or 2 things. And you're going to come back the following day with that completed, and we're going to move on to the next thing. The goal is to have you understand how to create content. All right. How to really pick the right topics, how to get the right keywords, but then how to create the content very, very easily. All right. And then from there, how to publish it so you can start getting traffic. All right. So the goal is at the end of this 7-day content creation challenge, you will, if you go through this with me, you will have a piece of content created from start to finish and published and on its way to getting traffic. So if you're interested in attending and you have not yet registered, all right, head on over to launchyourcontent.com. Now, if you are watching this after we've already done the challenge, you can still go there and get access. All right. There will be a small fee to access the recordings, but it's going to be under $50. I'll tell you that right now. All right. It's going to be well worth your time. All right. So launchyourcontent.com. All right. So with that all being said, let's go ahead and get this rocking. All right. Like I said, so the reason why I wanted to share this is because of this right here. All right. And this was a review that came in from Dawn, which I didn't know it was from Dawn. All right. One of my listeners. She's also one, may or may not remember that. It was a Shark Tank style show where we gave away $50,000 to the winner. Unfortunately, Dawn did not win, but she did win in a way of coming away with a whole bunch of really good knowledge and feedback. And then I had her on the podcast. From that day, she went out and started creating content, and now she's getting 15 to 1,600 visitors per day. And what she says right here, let me go ahead and read this. So I think this is really, really cool. And she says, Scott is inspiring. So that's awesome. I love hearing that. But she says, about a year ago, I was getting 30 organic visits to my website a day. Scott really encouraged me to start writing. I committed to him and myself. That's a big one, by the way, committing to yourself to write one long form blog post a week for a year. I'm now getting 1,500 to 1,600 visits to my website each day. I know I committed for doing it for just 1 year, but I have no intention on stopping now. Of course not. Why would you, right? And I didn't know this was Dawn because it kind of gives you their username. It doesn't say the name itself. And then she had messaged and said, Scott, that was me. That was me. And I asked her to come back on the podcast. We're going to do a follow-up podcast episode. I think that's scheduled for like the middle of March. So I'll be airing that on the podcast. Another reason why you want to go over to Rock Your Brand on iTunes, Stitcher, wherever you listen, and subscribe to the podcast. All right. So this is what really made me want to do this for you. I wanted to share this with you. All right. Now I'll probably be sharing more on Dawn's site and stuff when we get into the 7-day content creation challenge, because I think it's a great example of content. All right. So let's take a look at this. And actually, before I do, let me just make sure, guys, is my audio okay? Real quick. And the reason why I'm saying that is yesterday I had some issues. I was on with Chris Schaefer and my audio kept dropping out on us. Before I keep going here, I want to make sure that I'm good with the audio. Plus, I'm going to take a sip of coffee because this is a coffee talk. So what would not taking a sip of coffee, what would that be like if I didn't actually take a sip of coffee? All right, cool. So Salamis says, yes, I can hear you. Ruth says, awesome. All right, cool. All right, moving on. Let's do it. All right. So her site is Cat in the Box. Now, the very first time I met Dawn, it was on our show, The 5-Minute Pitch. All right. She brought in this here, the milk. I think that's what it was. It was the dairy little carton there, right, for cats. And then the other one was this little cheese, right? Cute, great products. This here wasn't available at the time. Looks like probably a Christmas thing. See all boxes. I'm not going to go through all of these, but I want you to see when she started her business, she was not thinking content. All she was thinking was, I want to take this box and I want to market it. I want to get people to see it. And so she was thinking, how am I going to do this? I'm going to do e-commerce. I'm going to basically, get in front of people, whether it's paid ads, whether it's, maybe I'm going to try to get featured in a magazine, or maybe I'm going to, and she did get featured in that stuff. But that's a slow go. We all know that if you're reading a magazine, the chances of you going over it there, very, very slim, right? So when I first met Dawn, my first thing was, man, she has got to use content. She's got to use content to get people to share this, get people to talk about it. But also she wants, really need her to attract cat people that love cats. Okay. So when I had the conversation with her, it was like a light bulb went on for her. She's like, oh my gosh, like I didn't think of it that way. And I'm like, yes. And I go, and you are really good at writing, because she is. And I'm like, why don't you just commit to writing like one piece of content a week? Like do that. Just commit to it. Don't look at the analytics right away and just publish. You're good at it anyway. And people that come to your site, they're going to see that you're not just about the box. You're about cats and how to care for them and how to choose the right ones and all of this stuff that people are going to be wanting to know. And naturally, those people probably going to be interested in a box. So this is exactly what we talk about. It's not always about the product. It's about the people that are buying the products. What else are they going to need? What else can you educate them on? All right. So I love this here too. In the Muse, Mouse or whatever, blog about us, contact science products home. Okay. Ever wonder what your cat is thinking? Get our free ebook. Why is my cat so weird? Subscribe, right? So again, this is okay. And I would probably talk to Dawn, and I might on the upcoming podcast and say, let's play with that. Let's play with that lead magnet a little bit. I'd like to know what her numbers are, but anyway, it's better than nothing, right? So it's there. But here's what I wanted to do, because she stated that she's getting 1,500 to 1,600 visits per day, right? Now, that means that she's getting over 40,000 searches, right? Or people to her website every single month. So what I did was I went over to Ubersuggest, and now Ubersuggest is always low for me. It never is accurate. And in this case, it's the same thing. It's not accurate. It says 37,367 organic monthly traffic searches, okay? Meaning people showed up because of searches. Now that may be so, because the other amount of people that are coming there, let's say it's 45,000, those other people are probably coming from, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, whether it's maybe it's over on Pinterest, right? That traffic could be coming there. But check this out. Last February, 629 visits. March, 751, 1,090. Now, most people would have stopped right there. She kept going, one per week. That's 52 pieces of content for the year. Now check this out. You go to April to May, boy, what a jump there. 1,090 to 7,120. Then in June, another little jump, 11,331. And then look, it dipped a little bit. That happens. 10,326, 10,610, almost the same. Another little dip, 9,112. And then boom, up we come. 16,490, another lift, 19,960, another lift, 30,538, another lift, 37,367. So we're gradually going up, but we're really starting to hockey stick up now. Okay. Now look at this. Look at this real quick. Look at this. All right. What is a munchkin cat? How do you bathe a cat? What does my cat yowl at night? Or why does my cat yowl at night? Noisy cats love, noisy cats hate. Why do cats eat paper and cardboard? What are all of these pretty much? Questions. So when you guys hear me talk about the 3 buckets of content, there's questions, there's how-to, and there's products. Okay? Those are the 3 buckets that we always focus on with content. But the very first one that we're going to focus on is questions, because they're the easiest to do. All right? And there's so many of them that you can create. Remember, we're creating evergreen content. Evergreen content. People are going to search, how do you bathe a cat now, 6 months from now, a year from now, 3 years, 10 years from now. Okay? It's always going to be a search that most people are going to be searching for. That one piece of content is bringing 13,571 estimated visits. Okay? Now, I don't believe in these numbers that much, because look at this one. What is a Munchkin cat? Gets 69,271. So it's saying that it's getting that much visits. It's not, because this is only getting 37,000. So what this might be doing is just saying like, oh, that's the potential that it can reach. But normally this is supposed to be the number that it's actually bringing. So even this one here, why do cats eat paper and cardboard? 4878, right? So now what I like to look at is this. All right. So Munchkin cat. Okay. That's the keyword. The estimated volume for that keyword is 246,000. The article that she wrote is ranking number 4. Her estimated visits is 16,211. All right. For Munchkin cat. Here, what is Munchkin cat? Remember, it said 69,270. I think what they're saying there is that's the potential, because that's not accurate, right? That's not accurate what she's getting. But this is more like it. Okay. Because if we totaled all of these, we're probably going to get close to the number, right? And I can go and get more of these if I want, right? Look at this. Are cats scared of cucumbers? 9,900 searches, ranked number 4. Why are cats scared of cucumbers? Probably the same article. 9,900, ranked number 2. Munchkin kittens, 14,800, ranked number 2. Cats with short legs, 14,800, 2, ranking 2. Munchkin kitten, probably off the same article, right? Ranking number 1. Short-legged cat, ranking number 1. Okay? So, I mean, we can keep going and going and going. But check this out. How do you bathe a cat? 13,571 is what it's saying, right? And let's see, is it coming up even here? Doesn't look like it's even coming up as one of the top keywords. Okay, but check this out. Here's the post. This was created January 21 of 2020. So just a little over a year ago. All right. And this one right here, okay, this, how do you bathe a cat? Okay, right here. It's saying it's getting 13,571. Let's open this up a little bit and see if we can't see a little bit more intel here. Okay. Let's see. Now, this is all of her stuff too, by the way. And you can see here all these different types of cats, right? Still good rankings. I'm trying to still see for bathing. Shampoo, cat shampoo, ranking number 5. That's a good one. That's a product-based post. Okay. Keep going here. Look at this. Cardboard boxes for cats. She's ranking number 8, 1,300. I think she could help people with that one, right? Let's see here. And it's funny that I'm not seeing anything on bathing cat. Let's see up here. Is it up top here? Don't look like it. Okay. But anyway, regardless, she's getting searched for that because we just seen it on the other one here. So if we look over here, right here, this article right here, how do you bathe a cat? Right? What do you need to know and how should you bathe a cat? Okay. So that one there is definitely getting traffic. It's just not coming up for the keywords for whatever reason. All right. So let's go back here. What does this post look like? Let's see. It's loading now. How do you bathe a cat? Okay. Fortunately, this is a question many cat owners will never have to ask themselves. Dog owners, by contrast, may find themselves bathing their pets quite regularly. As anyone who's taken a dog to a muddy dog park can attest, dogs just get dirtier than cats and they don't have much interest in self-grooming. Do cats need a bath? Answer another question, talking about it. Here's an image of a cat. What should I do if your cat seems dirtier than usual? Or what should you do? And you talk about it. Why do cats hate baths? A little bit about it. Cat breeds that love water. Took a YouTube video, embedded it. It's not necessarily her video. Okay. As a side note, and she's giving a little bit more details about it. Do certain cat breeds need regular baths? Can I use human shampoo on my cat? How about dog shampoo? Right. The short answer is giving the information. This is all information. What is the best way to bathe a cat? So a lot of people think that it's a question. How can you turn that into like 1,500 or 2,500 words on a post? This is how. Okay. This is how you answer these other additional questions that would be wrapped around that one question. And now they're related. So that gives that piece of content a little bit more authority because it's actually answering all of these other little questions. All right. Got some good bullet points here. When should I hire a professional groomer to bathe my cat? And that's it. Okay. She's got comments turned on. She had 3 comments. Okay. There's Dawn signing off. She's got her social here. But this one post that she created a year ago is now an asset that's driving steady traffic to her website every single day. All right. That's just one. Okay. If I go into another one, let's look at one of these other ones. I like this one. Let's see here. This one. Why do cats eat paper and cardboard? Right. So let me go here and we'll see what this one is. This one was created in 2018. So this one here, she had posted a while ago. Still getting traffic, right? Still getting traffic. So when she had came on the podcast, she was doing a little bit of content, but very, very little, and not really with a lot of strategy behind it. She was just like, okay, I think I'm going to talk about cardboard. I'm going to talk about boxes because that's what I'm selling. And then we switched that to where it's more about, can you bathe a cat, right? Like those types of things. You can see here, this is it looks like this is a box. I don't know if this is hers or not, but you can add it to the cart. So again, just another great post. That's hers right there. That's hers going to her cart. So yes, this is, she's got 14 comments on this. Okay. So here's a comment. Courtney, it sounds like you're okay. So that was from Dawn. A younger cat is okay. So again, a little back and forth dialogue, which is nice. Okay. And let's go back here. Why does my cat yowl at night? Let's see what that one does. Let's bring it up here. And let's see this one. That was done April 2020. Okay. So April 21st, 2020. And now this one here is one of her top posts. Okay. And you can see it's just a very simple, post, nothing fancy. And you would think in this market, it's so competitive. Like, how would she ever be able to compete? Because you go after these really drilled down long tail keywords, right? Why does my cat yowl, howl, or meow at night? There you go. Bingo. Okay. So that's it. That's all that you need to do when you're creating content for your brand is think about this here, the long tail, the long keyword, right? Why does my cat yowl at night? Okay. And then you have a picture, you have some pictures, some copy, we have these headings. Okay. Cats are highly adapted predators. Why are cats so active when we're sleeping? When to worry about your cat's yowling, or at least not complain. You guys get where it's going, right? Not that difficult. Okay. And a lot of times you can hire these out. We're having 2 brands built right now. I have not written one piece of content. I'm hiring someone that it can do the research and can create posts like this. All right. So again, wanted to share this with you because a lot of people think it's got to be complicated, and it does not. Look at this, because what she did was she made the commitment to herself to basically start creating content that answered questions and that helped the community that she was trying to serve, period. All right. And she's building an email list at the same time, right? And she's creating content on a regular basis. Google likes it. Her potential customers like it. And she's most likely selling product as well. All right. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys here today. And let's see, do we have any questions? Looks like everybody's saying the connection was good. All right, cool. Any questions on this as far as creating content for your brand? And was this helpful? Was this helpful? And I hope it was. But the thing is like a lot of people get hung up on, okay, does it have enough search volume? Does it have enough potential? Is it too competitive of a keyword? In the very beginning, we got to get that out of our way because that will slow us down. The best thing that you can do is, number one, get your buckets, okay? Get your content buckets organized. Start coming up with topics that you just know that your market is looking for. And there's ways that we can do this. And we're going to share that in the 7-day content creation challenge. Okay. We're going to share all of that. And we're going to walk you through how to identify your keywords, then how to validate the ones that are easiest to rank for right now, then how to create it, how to publish it. And then from there, what to do next. All right. But the big thing you got to do here is you actually have to create the piece of content. If you don't put the piece of content out there and hit publish, you'll never be able to get results like this ever. I think we all agree, right? If you do not hit publish and it's not live, you can't get any traffic. You just can't. All right. So just make sure that you don't overcomplicate this. Let's see here. What's up, Helene? Morning, Scott and crew. When you say go for the long tail keywords, is there a minimum search volume you look for on them, or will any long tail search amount do? In the beginning, Helene, anything will do. Anything, right? You know the brands that we're building inside the Academy. You're part of Brand Creators Academy. But when we did those, okay, when we started those, I did not look and go, oh, that only gets 100 searches. Oh, that only gets 50 searches. I didn't look at that. I just said, okay, what are the 10 questions that need to be answered? Because I've done a Google search and the auto suggest tells me that people are searching for this. I'm going to create content around that. Because regardless if those are going to be your winners or not, it's going to start to fill out your website with relevant content to all other searches. All right. So what we're doing is we're trying to let Google know that we talk about this, like we talk about this stuff, like, right, like in this niche. So I wouldn't get hung up there. Now, when we do start getting a little bit more strategic, then yes, we are going to want to look at the numbers. Yes, we're going to want to look at the competition level and all of that. And actually inside of the content creation challenge, we are going to be showing you some of those numbers that we look at. But Helene, I would say if there is a search term, okay, a long tail keyword that is getting 50 searches, I would still create a piece of content because that right there is just what they have from the past, 50 searches. That could be 50 searches in the past 60 days, right? So what I'm looking for is, has it been searched for? Yes. Does it have a little bit of data? Yes. But we all know, and I've done them, okay, and you've seen them because I've, shared them inside the Academy, is there's a different search keywords that we've went after that only say that they get 50 searches, but yet we're getting 500 or 1,000, right? Because the thing is, you're not always going to get traffic for just that one long tail. If you do long tail, you have more of a chance to get other keywords coming in, okay? Different variations of that, okay? Different orders of that. So I would not get hung up there on just the search traffic. And I never go after especially in the beginning, I'm never going after keywords that are getting, 2,000 and 3,000 searches a month. I'm not starting there because those are usually more competitive. Now, there are some things that we can do to look at the competitiveness of that. And we will definitely break that all down. And we've done that in the Academy, Helene. So in the keyword research area, we've done that before. But I would not stress about that in the beginning. Definitely not. Let's see. Okay. Are you going to deliver the content workshop within Facebook group as a live? Yes, we are still playing around with the idea of how we're going to do that, but we're thinking we're going to broadcast through Zoom, and then we're also going to stream it into the pop-up Facebook group. So those of you that don't know, and right now, by the way, and I haven't looked in probably a couple of hours, but I believe we're up over 450 people that have registered so far for the content creation workshop. Again, It's free if you want to attend live. If you want the recordings, we are charging for the recordings right now at a discounted price. It's what we're calling our VIP, and we're doing a bonus call. But you can sign up for free if you're watching this or if you're viewing this before March 3rd, 2021. But yes, as far as broadcasting into the pop-up Facebook group, yes, we're gonna broadcast into that Facebook group, and we have a pop-up Facebook group that is only going to be active for the 7-day challenge. So it's only there for that purpose because all of our attention is always going over into our Brand Creators Academy. All right, but for those 7 days, we are going to have a pop-up Facebook group there for questions and also to be able to deliver that content there live. All right, so yes. Jason, what's up, my man? Quick question on length of post. I got started writing a pillar post and I'm at 2,000 words and haven't covered by a third of what I wanted to. How many words before it should be multiple posts? You know what? If that post still needs to be built out because you have not finished answering the question or the how-to or the comparisons, then you got to keep going. There is no like, okay, if it goes over 2,000, I got to stop it. No, if that's a 6,000, word post, that's just a really meaty post. Now that post could also be one that people are going to start to link to because it's full of information, right? It also will give you more of an opportunity to rank for multiple searches because in your, what we call our H1, which is your title and your keyword and your main title, that's your H1. Your H2s are your subheads, and then an H3 would be within the subhead. Now I'm getting a little technical, not that hard. We will be breaking that down in the 7-day content creation challenge as well when we get into the optimizing the post, when you get formatting it. But in this case, Jason, here's also what I would do. I would not focus on doing pillar posts, but maybe one a month. Okay. And the reason why is because you can do so many more little mini micro posts and get more seeds dropped out there than spending 2 weeks on a pillar post. All right. Now you can see Dawn's there weren't massive, right? They're probably 2,000 words, maybe not massive, but effective. Okay. So pillar posts are great. Have the pillar post. And then you have all of these feeder posts in a sense. Okay. We call them the kind of like the tree limbs, right? You have the big tree and then we have all these limbs coming off of it that can point back to the pillar post, or we can then also outlink or interlink within different areas of that pillar post from these micro posts. All right. But again, I don't want to get too crazy here. We just have to come up with one post. And in this case, you're talking about a pillar post. So hopefully that answered your question. Octavio, super helpful. I wonder if she uses social to promote or Pinterest. Yes, she does use Pinterest. I'm not sure. I'm going to get all those details, by the way. But yeah, Pinterest is some of that traffic. The 30, what was it? 30 some thousand, 34, 35, 36,000, whatever it was on Uber Suggest. That's not Pinterest. Okay. That's search traffic. So I'm going to guess probably 9 to 10,000 could be coming from other channels. Karen, creating content weekly has been the best thing for my brand too. It's something you talk about all the time, staying consistent. It is, you can get kind of caught up in, I got to keep posting. Like I got to keep feeding, right? I would much rather just simplify and just say, I am going to commit to writing one post or one piece of content or one Facebook Live, whatever. I'm going to commit to doing that consistently. And I'm going to set a date, whether it's a post, whether it's a YouTube video, whether it's a Facebook Live, and just post it. Here I am on a Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern time, because I've scheduled it in my own head and also scheduled it on Facebook, and this is going live, right? So we want to stay consistent. That is the key. That is the secret. All right. So thanks for bringing that up, Karen. Yes, it is important to form the habit of creating weekly content. Yes, it is. All right. Yes, it is. Tips for forming and sustainable habit of weekly content creation. Yes, just set it, right? So you just need to pick what is the day that at the end of the week, beginning of the week, middle of the week, whenever it is, what is going to be that day that you are going to be able to make that happen? All right. So for me, I'm like Monday, Wednesday, Friday is kind of like my rhythm, right? So Monday is a coffee talk. Monday is also a podcast episode that goes live. And then I also send an email out on Monday, right? So Monday is kind of like everything's set. Wednesday, same, right? Email gets written and gets sent. I also do a podcast episode. I also do a coffee talk. Friday, same thing, right? Now, it wasn't always like that. I was doing the podcast 3 days a week, but I was only sending 1 email a week. Then I upped it to 2. Then I upped it to 3. So you can ramp it up, but we have to stay consistent. What is the smallest article you have posted? Was it successful? I would probably say 800 words, maybe even less. I don't know. And yes, they have been successful. So don't get caught up, and it has to be a certain length, although I would like it to be 1,200 to 1,500 words. That's like my general rule, because if you actually look at it and break this down, and actually I'm going to be doing this on Monday. I've already got it kind of lined up. Monday, I'm going to share with you guys how you can create a content hack that will allow you to write 1,500 to 2,000 words, and really how to map it out. And just to kind of, throw it out there and make it really simple for you right now, but I'll break it down more. Number one, you're going to have the title, right, of your post. You're going to have an intro. That intro is going to be 200 to 250 words. Then you're going to have a sub title or a subtopic. That's going to be 250 words. Then you're going to have another subtopic. That's going to be another 250 words. Another subtopic. That's going to be 250 words. Another subtopic, 250 words. You can go to 5 subtopics. You can go to 8 if you want to. Every one will be between 200 and 300. And all that is just a summary or a paragraph explaining what you are trying to explain in that section. And that's it. And before you know it, boom, you got a post that's 1,500 to 2,000 words long. All right. Let's see here. Oh, what's up, Scooby Life? Hey everyone, Scott. I signed up for the content, but I will be working during that time. Will you be rerunning it, or and I play at night? Okay, we are not we are making the recordings available. It is a paid. Obviously, it's going to be like a paid training. So it's the same thing that we've done for the fast track workshops in a sense. The only thing different is we didn't ever offer it free access. We're doing this to give you the opportunity to come in free. It's also something we're testing. Does this work better than doing just a full out paid workshop? So we're testing, we're playing, just as I tell you guys you should be doing. So for the first 7 days, if you attend there live, you're going to be able to go through that. If you can't, then just upgrade to the VIP, right? And that's it. And then you'll get all the recordings. You can access them whenever you want. Now, if you're in the Academy, Brand Creators Academy, that is, you don't have to do anything. You're getting access to all of this, no matter what. All the recordings, all the bonus calls, all that stuff will be inside of the Academy portal. How was your vacay at the beach? It was great. My lip down here is a little burnt. And I put a lot of sunscreen on. So it was a lot of fun. Clearwater Beach. Yeah, it was great. It's a little weird because we are still in the pandemic, and we're trying to be as careful as possible. It's our first time ever kind of being out there again. It felt really good, but also it felt a little weird. So trying to get used to it again. Let's see. How many question posts should you post before starting how-to and product posts, or do you mix it up? You can totally mix it up, but the easiest thing to do is those questions. Like, we could probably come up with 10 questions right now, and that's going to keep you busy. If you're going to do one a week, that's 10 weeks, right? Yeah, you can sprinkle in the how-tos. You can sprinkle in some product-based. There's really no right or wrong. The big thing here is just create. Questions, I don't think you could ever stop creating question type posts. They're always going to be out there, and they're always useful because people are always doing a search. Can you catch bass in a pond at night? Question. Can you catch bass with a lure, with a silver lure? Can you catch bass with worm? These are just questions. We can just keep going and going and going. And those are people that are in your market searching for whatever you have to offer. How long will each content creation workshop live be? From 2 p.m. to, we're going to try to keep it to an hour. And we'll probably leave some time for some Q&A, probably like 20, 30 minutes. Some days might be 45 minutes. Some days might be an hour. But we're going to try to make these little micro trainings in a sense, so where we can get you in, get you the information you need, give you your homework, and set you off. All right. That's really what we're trying to do here. First time ever teaching this here in this format. So it'll be a little bit of a learning curve for us too, but I'm really excited about it. Okay. And just Scooby Life says, okay, thanks. I'll do my best to jump in live throughout the 7 days. Awesome. Sounds great. Okay, cool. This is good too. Pat, what's up? What about step-by-step guides versus question post? Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you have a guide that's going to help someone, that's more like a how-to then. That's going to be your how-to post. But I will tell you, if you're doing any type of how-to posts, you're probably going to take more time because you're going to have to show maybe screenshots or pictures, and you might have to show diagrams. With a question post, you're just answering questions. Yes, you're going to sprinkle in some pictures, but how-tos are going to be a little bit, I don't want to say harder, but just more time. So I like to start with the question post because they're the easiest. Okay. So that's just my take on that. So guys, hopefully this has been inspiring for you guys to know that, Dawn came on my podcast a year ago and committed to herself to doing 52 posts. And I had no idea that she was out there cranking it until she left me that review saying that she's now getting 1,500 to 1,600 website visitors per day. And she told me that was because she took my advice and she committed to me and herself to stay consistent for a full year. And now she has no plans on stopping because she's seeing the results, right? So it can happen as soon as today if you just want to commit to doing this and not overcomplicating it. Again, if you want help, I'm also giving you that for free if you attend the live training. All right. Now, if you're not going to be able to make the live training, like I said, we do have a VIP pass that you can access, and you can get all the recordings. And we're doing a bonus call that if you're going to, get this later, you would then get the recordings from the Q&A. But yes, we are going to be doing this and breaking this down step by step, like literally every single thing that you're going to need to do. And we will help you get your first post or piece of content created from nothing to creating it to posting it, so it is well optimized to now get picked up by the search engines and start driving traffic back to your website. And then guess what? You can repeat that just like Dawn has done. And she has repeated it 52 times. All right. So really, really excited to share all that with you guys. And Kim says, excited to join the Launch Your Content class. Can you give 3 steps I can do to get ready? Yes. Well, number one, hopefully you're in the Facebook pop-up group, right? There's over 450 people that already registered, but there's like 180 that are in, I think it's 180-ish that are in the pop-up workshop or the pop-up Facebook group. So I would encourage you to go there, ask any questions about content there. But to get ready really is to have an open mind, make sure that you are ready, make sure that you have obviously your niche, right? You have your niche, kind of dialed in where you know who you are trying to target. And then from there, maybe even just do a really quick, just write down, what do you think, without even searching, what do you think people are searching for, right? To find, different answers to questions that they might be asking. That's what I would say. Now, I will be giving some pre-homework, which I already did that in the pop-up group. If you go to the pop-up group, you'll see I put a post up there. It's like 2 questions I want you to answer. That'll help you also get ready. It'll also help us help you when we get ready to teach the class. So yeah, I'm excited that you're going to be joining us. Jeannie, if I write a post and have 2 languages on my site, will it count in both languages? Yes, it will. And that's actually a strategy that some people will do if they can write in both, because now they will be 2 separate posts. Will you be touching a little on blog site creation? If you don't have one, publishing will be hard. The answer to that is yes. And this came from, I think I did a coffee talk of maybe a week ago announcing this. And that was one thing that someone had brought up. Actually, a few people brought up and said, will you show us how to actually create the website or create the home for this content? And the answer is, at first we didn't know and realize that we needed to do that. But yes, we are going to have a bonus training in there that will show you how to get a WordPress website set up rather quickly so it's ready to start publishing. So we are going to add that in there. So this way here, you have that ready. Let's see. Kim says, I wrote a post, did not publish it. It was supposed to take an hour. It took a week. LOL. Yeah. And probably the reason in that, and I'm just speculating here, probably perfectionism, probably thought, oh, I don't know if it's right. I don't know if it's ready, right? We're going to actually give you some guidelines and some steps to check off, like a checklist. And then from there, you're going to feel confident hitting publish, right? The thing is, you can't really ever screw that up. You can always go back and edit. You can always go back and clean it up. But you got to publish it, right? So if you want to wait until we get going to publish it, that's fine. Or if you want to go ahead and publish it now, that's fine too. I don't really think that it's going to hurt you. This is exciting. I have a blog, but ready to pivot with a plan. Awesome. So excited you're going to be joining us. All right, guys. So again, if you want to attend that, head on over to launchyourcontent.com. Again, that's launchyourcontent.com. And do me a favor. All right. Do me a favor. Share this challenge with whoever you think needs it. All right. Whoever needs this help. All right. Whoever you think has a brand and isn't creating content. I mean, imagine being like Dawn that was not creating content, had the light bulb switch go on, took action, committed to it. And a year later, you're getting 37,000 people to your website, something like that. I think it's actually more like 45,000. Let's just call it 35,000 people to your website every single month. 1,500 people, she's saying, every single day. Imagine that. Do you think that would help you build your email list? Do you think that would help you sell more product? Do you think that would allow you to have more revenue streams, more lines in the water? Right? Wouldn't that help you? And if you think it will, then I would say you're going to want to attend the 7-day content creation challenge. And if anyone else that you know needs this help, let them know. That's all we're asking. Just let them know that we're doing this. And this will be most likely the only time that we're going to do this live, because then we're going to turn it into an evergreen product where people can buy it later. Okay. But we're going to allow you free access if you are attending live. Now, there may be a time that we do it in the future, and I can't say for sure that we're ever going to teach this again live. We may or may not. But this right now, we're doing it live so we can create this product in a sense, but also we can help a lot of people in the process. All right. So if you have any questions on content creation, drop them in the comments. I will go back and look at this later. We will add this into anything that we need to answer before we start the challenge. But once we start the challenge, we're off to the races. March 3rd, mark your calendar. Hope you can make it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm super excited to hopefully in 12 months from the time we do the challenge, I've got a bunch more people like Dawn that are messaging me saying like, wow, look at the traffic I'm getting now because I went ahead and took action and started creating content. So super excited. All right, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Go over to launchyourcontent.com, sign up, register if you haven't done so already. And if you have registered and you have not yet joined the 7-day content creation pop-up Facebook group, make sure you do that immediately. All right, guys, take care, take action. I'll see you on Friday for our jam session and have a great afternoon. Take care, guys.